in this first problem, how many moles? So to do that, we have a mass of 11 grams. This is what we know. What we're trying to find out is how many moles. So to do that, we start out with our 11 grams. We want to know how many moles that is. If we're lucky, we have a conversion factor that compares grams to moles. This conversion factor we get from the periodic table. Cl2, how many Cl's are there? Two of them. So you got 2 times its molar mass, which is 35.45, which equals 70.90 grams in 1 mole. So 70.90 is our grams per 1 mole. We cross multiply. X times 70.90 equals 11. X equals 11 over 70.90, again, grams. So 11 divided by 70.90 is equal to 0.155 moles. And that is our answer to check-in number 1. Questions or clarifications? Okay. Yes, sir?
What if you got 0.16?
Okay, if you round it a little bit more, that is okay in this case because you have 2 digits and 11. So 0.16 would be an acceptable answer. Any other questions or clarifications? Okay. So if we go to the second part, in the second part, we have the same number of grams. So if we still have 11 grams of Cl2, that's still going to be 0.155 moles of Cl2. Now, what's the question asking us to find in this one? Atoms. So we got to find atoms of just Cl. So if we look at the formula for Cl2, how many Cl's are in Cl2? 2 Cl atoms. So if we've got 1 of these, it's proportional to 2 of these. It's a 1-to-2 ratio. So when we have 0.155 moles, we have to convert this into particles. And the particle is the Cl2, the mole is the Cl2 we're looking at. So in 1 mole, there's how many particles? 6 point what? 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Avogadro's number of particles. We cross multiply here, 0.155 moles times Avogadro's number. And this equals the number of particles we have, which is 9.331 times 10 to the 22nd particles. Now, do we want particles in our answer? What do we want to have? We want to have the atoms. So particles in this case are not the same thing as atoms. A particle is Cl2 in this case. An atom is just one of those. So the last thing to do is we want to convert particles to atoms. So to do this, in 1 particle of Cl2, there's how many atoms? 2 atoms of Cl. And so you cross multiply this. And your final answer for the number of atoms is 1.86 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of Cl in this sample of chlorine gas, 11 grams. So that is how to find the number of moles from grams. And then to find atoms, we've got to go grams to moles, moles to particles, and particles to atoms. Yes, sir?
Can you pull down this screen?
I can. Thank you. All right, now each of these questions is worth 5 points. So what you're going to do is give yourself a score out of 10 points total. Again, showing your work is worth 4 points. Correct answer is worth 1 point. If you may have mixed something up, you can get partial credit. Give yourself as much partial credit as you think you deserve.